Okay, still thinking about Jack and Lilly. And I have been wondering about how far have the RCMP actually gone into trying to look at the phone data. And it looks to me like they've gone a long, long way. And they've pulled out all the stops. I'll just go into that a little bit and continue on. Okay, we have delayed disclosure review. And this is Charlene Corr writing this. On June 16, 2025, I received an email from Analyst Stephen Carter detailing his review of the delayed disclosure. The following is a summary, okay, and she gives her interpretation of Stephen Carter's information. And there is 3 points. And this information is very likely to do with phone data and phone pings, because it's in a similar section to the text plus information. Okay, because she's talking here about some other person that works for text plus. Okay, but we have a note here, note 48. On June 25th, 2025, I read an email written by Analyst Stephen Carter, dated June 16th, 2025, in relation to his review of the delayed disclosure. Okay, yeah. So she read Analyst Stephen Carter's email 9 days later. So she either missed it or she's inundated with stuff. And I think I'll go with the latter. I think she's inundated with stuff because she's done an awful lot of work. I can't knock her actual work throughput. It's absolutely phenomenal. How do I know Stephen Carter has to do with phone pings? Okay, we'll go back up here. There's a clue in the previous chapter. And it goes, on June 10th, 2025, I read a report written by Analyst Stephen Carter, dated May 26, 2025, in relation to the location of pings from Malaya and Daniel's phones. Yeah, so they're doing their best to find out where these phones actually were. They did have the phones and they did get the Google map traces off the phones, but they know and we know that those Google map traces can be inaccurate, and as well as that, they can be manipulated and edited without any trace of the edit, if you know what I mean. Like a whole section can be just chopped out by the phone user and there'll be no trace of it. But the phone companies do get pings, and pings are generally every 7 seconds. But the thing is, pings can be missed as well, and this is the problem. Just on a note, Analyst Stephen Carter, okay, he doesn't have an RCMP title, as in he's not a corporal or anything. So Stephen Carter is he's an analyst for somewhere else, probably a government body, and he's been dealt this stuff to look at. So I'll have a little look and see who Stephen Carter is, just for a quick look. Okay, of about 1.1 million people in Nova Scotia, there's about 13,000 people working in government departments, and there's only a handful of Stephen Carters, and this one here fits the bill down to a T. Stephen Carter, Senior Analyst Supervisor, November 2021 to present, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Analyst, long-time analyst. As a tactical and strategic analyst, I provide both short-term and long-term solutions to clients through research, analysis, and frequent communication with stakeholders using numerous analytical software tools and methodologies. I mine and analyze large amounts of raw data and use it to produce useful intelligence projects or products. University of New Brunswick. This guy is doing a lot of work, and not just in Nova Scotia, but all over the world. I conduct research and analysis of contemporary international affairs involving the Middle East and Asia. My most recent research project examined Iran's natural gas industry within the context of emerging trends of global energy market. Like, this guy is a big time analyst, and it looks like the RCMP have employed this guy to look at the phone data using whatever methods he has. So it looks like it's in safe hands. Yeah, I'll leave that there and continue on. Okay, so Stephen Carter and Charlene Curl were in communication through email and that. And that was only very early in the case, as in just after the first month. So since that, there's been another 5 months or so. And I'd like to think that they continued along and investigated that phone data and correlated every bit of everything regarding the texts, the messages, and they got it all. And the hope is that they've enough of a dossier together that they have a good case, and they're just waiting for a trigger just to start it all off. And that could be forensic information. Yeah. So it looks like the RCMP got top people in to cover all the bases, to throw everything at this, to try and find Jack and Lilly and make this right. Okay, I'll leave it there. Take care. Good luck.